Recently, there have been a ton of last-minute leaks for Apple's September 9th event, and we have new details that we haven't heard prior about the iPhone 16 lineup, the Apple Watch Series 10, AirPods 4, and more, including all the products we are for sure getting at this event and the things that have been pushed back until a bit later. So let's start off first with the flagship for this event, the iPhone 16. We've been hearing that Apple was working on some big camera upgrades for the iPhone 16 Pros, and now a new report has detailed exactly everything that's changing. First up, Apple has tested 8K video recording on the iPhone 16 Pros, and while it is not 100% confirmed, technically the hardware is capable of shooting video at that resolution, which would be a massive jump in video recording quality if it ends up shipping this year. But 4K video is also getting upgraded. You'll be able to record 120 frames per second now, which is double the current 60. And the quick take feature where you can swipe your finger up from the camera to instantly record a video, that is said to be upgraded from 1080p to 4K. And those are just the hardware updates. In the iOS 18 software, there are also going to be some exclusive camera features. With iOS 18, the iPhone 16 Pro will be able to record and pause video clips in a single session and stitch them all together in one file, similar to how you would record a TikTok. Videos recorded outside with a lot of wind noise will be able to use AI to reduce that wind noise so that you can hear more of what's happening in the scene. Recording 3D spatial videos is going to get better with a brand new mode on the iPhone 16 Pro just for capturing immersive content for your $3,500 Apple Vision Pro. And for photography, there are going to be all new photographic styles with some more options and versatility than what we've had for a couple of years. And all of these features are coming to every iPhone 16 Pro model. While last year Apple differentiated the Pros by putting the 5x telephoto exclusively on the Pro Max, it sounds like every single camera feature across the board on the Pros is going to be one-to-one on each model, which is pretty exciting. And unfortunately, how much you spend is going to be going up for the base iPhone 16 Pro this year, as according to a new report, Apple is planning to increase prices by $100, so the iPhone 16 Pro will now start at $1,099. Now, obviously, nobody wants that, so how is Apple going to market this price increase? Well, they're also doubling the base storage up from 128 to 256 gigabytes. So technically no price increase because double the storage would have cost you $100 anyway. It's a super smart pricing strategy and one that we first saw Apple do last year on the 15 Pro Max, where there they raised the price by $100 but also doubled the storage. It seems like it worked, so now unfortunately Apple is also raising the floor of the iPhone 16 Pro too. That being said, if you are spending over $1,000, here's your first look at the brand new iPhone 16 Pro Titanium Gold color. Now this leaked out, and while it doesn't look great in this picture, and I actually kind of hate it, according to one rumor, in person it actually looks really nice. It's quite a bit of a different approach that Apple has taken, and it seems to actually be a really good gold color, which isn't hard to believe as compared to the gray, white, and black options. Yeah, like it actually has some level of color. It sounds like Apple is going to be calling these the Pros once again too, as a box label for the iPhone 16 Pro has leaked where we can see Apple use the iPhone 16 Pro naming, and we also have confirmation that the launch models for the first time will be manufactured in India as well as China. Now obviously Apple probably did not want this thing to leak early, and it seems like they really could have benefited by using NordPass, who actually sponsored today's video. NordPass is a state-of-the-art password manager for businesses and individuals. I use it myself here at AppleTrack to send sensitive info to the different people that I have working on my team, so that if somebody needs a login, they can do so privately and securely, and I know that everything is locked down. Basically, instead of my password information leaking, which has happened to me before because I used to use the same password on every website, with NordPass you can generate individual and specific custom complex passwords for every website you use, and with the great autofill functionality, you don't actually have to remember them by memory. And personally, I just love how good NordPass looks. Like, the app for your phone looks incredible, and the desktop app for Mac is also great. And right now, when you use code AppleTrack at nordpass.com/AppleTrack, you can get a 3-month trial of NordPass Business. No credit card required. You can do that right now using the link down below. Okay, thanks to them. Now let's get back to it. Following that, we have so much new information on the Apple Watch Series 10, including, well, exactly what is actually changing this year. We do have confirmation again that the screens are getting larger and that the body of the watch is apparently going to be noticeably thinner. But according to this new report, it does sound like the killer feature is going to be a new health monitoring option, as somehow Apple has pulled through and sleep apnea tracking is going to be announced with the Apple Watch Series 10. And this is a big deal because sleep apnea is a condition where you start and stop breathing throughout the night, and because because you're asleep when it's happening, most people don't even know that they have this condition. With the Apple Watch Series 10, it will automatically monitor and look out for this and notify you on your wrist if they've seen this pattern and they recommend you going into a sleep study or to see your doctor. To power this new feature, Apple is upgrading the heart rate sensor on the back of the Apple Watch. It's going to improve in accuracy and in turn also improve the ECG electrocardiogram feature that was first debuted back in 2018. However, blood pressure monitoring unfortunately has not made the cut. Apple has canceled it for the Apple Watch Series 10 and will not be debuting in 2024 after all, so we have to wait yet another year for BP monitoring. And there's also going to be two new watch faces. The first is a reflections watch face that is said to respond in real time to ambient light around you, which I cannot wait to see. And if you spend a little bit more money on the Hermes version of the Apple Watch, there's also going to be a new Hermes watch face centered around easy access to a timer. The Apple Watch Series 10 is also getting some new swimming features, including gaining the Depth app from the Apple Watch, which tells you exactly how warm the water you're in is and how deep you are in a body of water. There's also going to be a new high-speed water sports mode that now supports up to 20 meters of depth, so you can use your Apple Watch if you're doing something intense. Which all these things together is a pretty nice update to the Apple Watch Series 10 after all. Definitely a lot more than the Apple Watch Ultra 3, which we have heard yet again as recent as today that it is not changing aesthetically whatsoever, although it is gaining the new health features that you're also going to be getting on the Series 10. But surprise, because there is a third Apple Watch that just got confirmed for this event too. Apple is going to be releasing a new version of the Apple Watch SE 3. And if previous rumors have been correct, this is going to be potentially the most interesting product of this entire event, and for one reason. Because the Apple Watch SE 3 could be made out of plastic. Yeah, just like Apple did back in 2013 on the iPhone 5C to lower costs on their budget phone by making it out of a colorful plastic material. It's believed that Apple is running that playback again. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how people respond, because even if you can get a $200 Apple Watch SE 3, which would compete with other lower end watches, I don't know how well plastic would hold up on a watch that you bang around. Very curious to see how the Apple Watch SE 3 turns out. Now, finally, there is one more product coming at Apple's September 9th event, and that is AirPods 4. And according to a new rumor, we have not actually seen the exact design yet, but they are going to look similar to AirPods Pro. That's because one version of AirPods 4 is going to support active noise canceling, and it's going to get a speaker on the case just like the AirPods Pros, as well as USB-C. So it kind of sounds like AirPods Pro for under $200. And surprisingly, there could actually be an AirPods health feature announced with these, as we are hearing that Apple is finally going to unveil a hearing aid mode and hearing test feature for AirPods 4. We've heard that Apple has been working on this feature for quite some time, and being able to ship this out to millions of AirPods devices around the world, especially being able to offer these as an actual hearing aid replacement, would be a really big deal and something that no other tech company has been able to achieve. So that brings us now to the Apple products that are not coming at this event. Unfortunately, the iPad mini has been pushed back past September until October. Same thing with AirPods Max 2 likely. A new Apple TV is also not coming in September, and new M4 Max are also releasing in October or November at Apple's next event, as Apple is said to be holding an October event later in the year. But of course, more videos on that event and the specifics with those products, well, those will be coming a bit in the future, because right now it's time for the September event, and I could not be more excited. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for the latest on the iPhone 16 and everything else that Apple announces. And now I promise this is actually my last video. There's not going to be a last second leaks. Well, I don't think there's going to be a last second leaks. Anyway, thank you for watching all of these videos with me. I love you all so much, and I will see you at Apple's event on Monday when they announce the iPhone 16 with way more videos to come. I've been Sam. Hope you're doing well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.